CJ Stroud was just spectacular and unbelievable. We were on it. I remember I said before the draft that we did me and Solak and Danny Kelly did some draft stuff, and I know nothing. I barely follow college football. You follow it, but I don't. And I was just like, CJ Stroud, I don't see it. I don't see a quarterback with an initial name. And we've never had it. We've had AJ Feely and we had AJ McCarron.
Yeah.
I was like, we've never had it. It makes me
PF
nervous.
Chang. PF Chang had like one good year.
PF Chang. It was great that year. But we knew within 2 weeks, we were like, this guy, we were saying it on the pod, this guy has it. Today, 30 for 42, 470, 5 touchdowns, had 2 game-winning drives in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
For the season, 14 touchdowns, 1 interception. And I went and looked up, does he have a chance to have the best rookie QB season ever? There's not a lot of
Marino.
candidates.
Yeah, who else?
Yeah, but Marino. So I looked that up. I thought I had in my head it was Marino in 1984, but it was actually the 83 year. He only started 9 games. He threw 20 touchdowns, 6 picks.
Yeah.
Minshew had 21 touchdowns, 6 picks. Russell Wilson had a great one. He was 26 TDs, 10 picks, threw for 31-18. Your guy Dak, 23 touchdowns, 4 picks, 36-67. RG3.
Yeah, that's the one.
20 touchdowns, 5 picks, 3,200. And then Herbert had a shockingly good rookie season, which I had forgotten. He's the only one that threw for over 4,000.
RG3 had like 800 yards rushing too, and 7 touchdowns that year. Yeah.
Herbert was 31-10, but Stroud's now on pace for he's not gonna do this, but 28 touchdowns and 2 picks would be the pace.
Wow.
And when you watch it, they're great throws. This isn't like a machine of an offense. He's hitting dudes over the shoulder catches, sitting them deep. He's scrambling out and finding people. It's jaw dropping how good he is as a rookie. And it's hard for me to believe we spend this much time on the draft and people didn't think, people were like, hey, he might be a bust, Ohio State. And then Will Levis, who was really good on Thursday again. I'm in on that guy too. We cannot figure out the draft.
I know. I don't know why we can't at this point. It's
Should we be better at this?
We should be either that or there shouldn't be 15 more experts every year. There seems like more draft experts than ever, and yet we don't know if Will Levis is good or Young is better than Stroud. And Young just looks like a college quarterback right out there. Like that.
Well, they can't block for him, so it's hard for me to know what he is yet because it just seems like he's getting hit. Throws. He's running. Yeah, he's running for his life half the time. Team's not very good.
I have to say, I'm completely, I'm numb to what's a good quarterback anymore. I think Gardner Minshew is good. Somebody oh, no, that guy's good. That guy's a good quarterback. Really? Or is everybody bad? No, he's good. I can't tell. We watch those 10 a.m. games on the West Coast. It's this is awful shit. Why can't anybody step up?
At least Minshew has some sort of performance history where he's been competent for longer stretches,
Right.
Where somebody like Trubisky just never had it. But yeah, if I had to say who does CJ, well, I'll ask you first and I'll give you my answer. Who does CJ Stroud remind you of when you watch him?
I think a more poised RG3. That's why I kind of brought him up after you brought him up. But that's why I would say, and just runs a little less, but a more poised RG3. What would you say?
He reminds me of Russell Wilson in the probably year 4, year 5 range when he started to get more of a command of flinging it around.
That's a great compliment. Yeah.
Yeah. Where you just feel like if he has time to throw, he's just going to zing it and find people.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, he's not that big of a guy. Yeah. I don't feel like I like Nico Collins. I like Dell. Their receiver, their running backs are, pretty below average because Pierce has been kind of out for most of the season. But I'm blown away by that dude. For them to be 4-4, they were plus 950 to win or plus 20 to 1 to win the AFC South before the season.
Oh,
the other weird thing.
They're going to grab that 7 from the Bills, aren't they? They're going to grab that.
It's really possible. Here's the other thing. They had almost 500 yards to 496 yards.
Yeah.
And they went 3 for 11 on first down. Explain that to me. How do you have almost 500 yards? You have 3 third down conversions.
Wow.
Something happened in this game that was unbelievable that I missed because we had all the games going on. They go for 2.
Not really.
And it's like, what the fuck are they doing? They don't get it. Then later on, same thing. It's 23-22. They go for 2 again. I'm like, this is this is analytics running them up. Don't realize their kicker's hurt. But then later, some guy comes in. Who was that guy who kicked a field goal for them?
They showed him. Yeah, they showed him
Number
kicking
33.
field goals. Right. And so they line him up because it was 4th and too long to
go for it. They were like on the 10.
And then he kicks the field goal. Right.
He made it. It was the most exciting moment of the day.
Yeah. I don't understand. I'm going to do a bigger thing about this on Cousin Sal's winning weekend, but why is the punter not the backup kicker? What the hell are punters doing? What are they doing? First of all, everybody goes on 4th and 5 now. So the punter's job is diminished.
Right.
You think you could help out and learn how to kick an extra point while you're doing nothing?
Yeah. Can you make a 30-yard something just in case?
Yeah. Why? Is it an ego thing? Like the actual kickers get mad if the punters try field goals in practice? Because it seems like the punter should be the go-to guy, and you don't work, you don't get the backup running back in there kicking.
What's more exciting for you, the non-kicker taking a 30-yard field goal in a pressure game, or a position player coming in like the 19th inning of a playoff game because the team ran out of pitchers?
I like the field goal thing. I mean, didn't you have the best example ever with Doug Flutie did it, and it wasn't out of necessity. Yeah. He was just showing off.
Well, the other piece was I didn't have them in $1 million picks, but I had them in real life. The Texans -3.
Right.
And once there's 2-point conversion chicanery, you're just like, I'm going to get screwed. I just wonder how it's going to happen. They scored to take the lead. They go up 2, and there's like 6 seconds left. And this was the right move because God only knows what's going to happen when you don't have your field goal kicker to try to kick the PAT. They just decided to kneel. So they won by 2. And then rooting for the lateral fumble touchdown for the cover at the end. Don't get it. And it's like, I was right about this game, and I still lost. Like, what happened?
Good going, CJ. Oh, I know you have 1,000 yards passing today, but no, you can't be out here for this play. Go sit down.
Right? Can you just nail this?
Warm up for next week. Yeah.
What an amazing game! And then on the flip side, Bryce Young throws the 2 pick sixes against the Colts, and which kind of a winnable game for them. Tough one for the CJ Stroud versus Bryce Young thing. I'd be interested. I know we can't do this, but if you just flip those guys, what it would look like.
Yeah.
Like if Bryce Young was on Houston, are they 4-4? I would say no.
No, I don't think so. I think I know what you're saying. It's too young. They don't block for him, but his timing just seems way off for NFL standards.
Yeah, he seems small.